Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Bowder speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... I'm a little bit off center now. Sorry, I had to recalibrate in order to record certain things, which you will hopefully see within the next few days. So there you go. But that's not important right now. What's important right now is that the past reemerges for us here. By with the past, I mean like the past, like 9 days ago or 10 days ago, really, I suppose. If you recall, the series called The Donor, which we reviewed by WizGamingXD, the very first series that that creator ever actually did in Gacha. You know, it wasn't the first Gacha video, it wasn't even the first video on the channel. WizGaming transitioned from other types of content to more focused on Gacha, and then I believe has since transitioned away from that. I believe, but I might be wrong on that one. But the Gacha era is the one that is most thoroughly remembered, and it didn't really start with the Donor. The Donor was a leaping ground in terms of like of the story, but really, you know, as was the case with a lot of things, you know, when the advent of voice acting kind of like swept the Gacha community as a whole, this was one of the things that was picked up, and in order to properly do the story justice, it seems another attempt was made with the same characters, but you know, with longer, probably better composed, and you know, will hopefully lead to fewer questions, and of course, with more people along for the ride. So yeah, I think so. So yeah. So I guess we'll see whether or not that's all paid off. I'm pretty sure it did, but we're here to find out. And here with me today is once again Tamsin. So welcome.
Hello!
Hello.
Thank you for sending this thank you for sending the link. I'll be waiting.
Oh, I thought yeah, you sound very excited for this one. Were you here during the donor stream?
Yeah.
Ah, well, in that case, it all aligns. Fair enough then. Oh, for some reason now it's not showing up.
I'm very hyper.
I clicked it multiple times and it wasn't doing anything.
And also, hello everyone in the chat.
Okay, you definitely enjoyed this one. Okay, it worked. Can I go to if there's no room? There is in fact room, so give me a second as well. Yeah. I think Kadabi also wants to join, eh? Suddenly Bond turns a bit more Canadian. All right. Where are you? Oh, that's going to say, yeah. You two are the last people I've messaged, so makes perfect sense. All right. This part of work is something's tempting to access my Chrome cookies. Not for now, thank you. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, with that, well, I guess this will be the wait for KW. But I don't think there's else to say about this one. If you recall, like the story of the donor, really, I'll just say that a little bit. Yeah, it was about a character named April who seemed like the archetypical spoiled brat, but the fame of her being spoiled spread a little bit too well, because essentially it was like her mentality from her parents then suddenly translated to rumors about her, even though we didn't see her acting on any of those things. That's one of my major complaints, was that we didn't see her act too spoiled, apart from that one singular event with her former best friend. It was Rose, I think, and which kind of ruined things. And Rose decides to actively sabotage her attempts at redemption later down the line. I think we might be getting, based on the length of this episode, content from both episodes, because the first episode was just essentially narration and establishing, oh, she's in high school, and that's where the story is going to start. Episode 2 was the real starting point. Much like Season 6 and Miraculous, you start in episode 2, because that's just, you know, that makes perfect sense. That's where the story truly begins. But no, this time I think we're going to combine the two of them together, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's a bit more backstory this time involved in this one. I mean, the past is re-emerging, so I imagine we're getting past the past and into the present time. So we shall see. Hello, Mark Reed, who's just appeared in the chat. And hello to Katie Black, who has appeared in the...
Oh my goodness!
Hello!
Yeah.
It's me, Katie Black! Hi!
Oh my god, Katie Black!
Hi!
I was not...
Well, I thought to Puppy to say hi, and and Sunny's on the run for like chili dogs for his birthday or something like that. I don't know.
Hi, Katie. Remember me?
Oops.
Who are you?
This is
It's me,
Chuckles.
Chuckles. I read your backstory on one of your live streams. Subscribe to
Oh.
KW if you don't get that reference.
Wait! You know my backstory? I've been trying to figure that out.
I
Yeah.
literally read it on a live stream one time on the channel that you normally
And it
appear
was
on.
very interesting.
Really? I have a channel? I honestly can't remember. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you have a shiny new channel.
Have you not been
Oh!
making like announcements? Who do you think you're talking to when you play those games? Are you just shouting out to the cosmos and seeing if anyone responds?
Wait,
Because I have a friend who does that. His name is Gideon. I responded to him a bunch of times because he killed me. But other than that, it doesn't really work that way most of the time.
wait, I play video games too? What? Do I? Oh, God. Okay. That's interesting.
Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered there's like 2 versions of... Never mind. Maybe you're not the person I'm thinking of. Exactly.
Well, that makes sense.
Oh, look! A distraction! Let's pay attention to it!
Bye then.
Yeah, okay, that's enough from him for right now, I think.
Oh, wow. That's, interesting.
Very.
I think so. You know what else is interesting? This video. Let's pay attention to it.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Hello.
Dad. I've been thinking. Do you think I could attend public school this year?
If people don't remember, in the donor, April had been homeschooled from 1st to 8th grade, and so decided for high school that she was going to, I guess, put herself out there, essentially. Oh, hello to Lila
Gotcha.
Sanders. Welcome back.
Sure. Anything for you, sweetie. Which school?
I've done some research, and I think that I'd like to stay in the city, so probably Orchid High.
Of course. I'm proud of you for stepping out of your comfort zone.
This is a very breathy and smooth dad voice. I am so proud of you.
Very.
Are you okay? You okay there, Katie?
I'm just a little bit shocked because you sound like that one weird hedgehog who keeps like looking at me weirdly.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Shadow?
Also, I think Chuckles was right. Yeah. Now I understand who exactly I'm referencing right now. This makes more sense to me.
Right?
But yes, Shadow would be the one in that instance. I've seen like fan videos where Shadow is a dad, most of the time giving guns to children. But there's a bit of a theme there. But they exist.
Yeah, this guy, Shadow, like, I mean, he's an okay guy, but like he keeps staring at me like as if I remind him of someone. It's kind of freaking me out just a little bit,
Does he remind you of anyone at all?
Scary.
He looks like Sonic.
Aside from Sonic, I assume. Yeah, but I was about to say, yeah. It's like the second I said, it's like, oh wait a minute, yeah, of course.
I mean, I had that dream one time, but and we should probably continue the video. And also, Bonna saying something.
I frequently appear in people's dreams. I always question why. Anyway, I asked a question earlier. Okay, which question was that? Let me just scroll up to find out.
Or you missed it.
Oh, there it is. OML. Should I do a bit where I just speak in a tense Canadian slang from this point on?
Maybe for this video potentially. Like that might be interesting.
I would love to see
I
it.
know saw something in the chat for me.
Yeah, basically
That
like
you're
basically
confused
this.
when you're
This would be
introducing
yeah.
me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
look at
why are
that.
you
This
confused
would
when
be
you're introducing me? I'm
introducing
not
you.
that confused. I was excited.
Oh,
Very.
right. Sorry, you talking to
Very
somebody else right now
excited.
about their confusion. Yeah, if people just reference like random things that people say without telling me which message they're responding to, I don't necessarily know where you're scrolling back from because I wasn't confused about your excitement. Somebody else might have been, but
I mean,
I don't know.
I can show it to you.
Yell, air it,
It was this
ready.
one.
What?
It was
That's not how you spell Yale, but okay. Okay, Katie.
But I mean, I don't technically read English. I can only speak English. It's weird.
I mean, you did a bang-up job just there for the most part. Apart from...
But anyway,
but
shall
okay.
we continue the video?
Yeah, I think we should continue.
Yeah.
And done.
What do you mean, and done? Is it that easy to enroll in a school? Just type out a few sentences? And
This
yes, precisely
is
like that.
why when I am a VC, I raid the massage out this before cheaping back le.
I have somebody who can help you out with your with your reading comprehension. His name is Aiden DeBest. No, but actually, you know what? That the way you said why it reminds me a lot of how there's a character called Cat Valentine who pronounces Hawaii in a very unique way. And it reminds me of her. It reminds me
Interesting.
of Zach from My Streets. Ah, fair enough. Yeah. Oh, this is a unique way to do the intro, actually. Not to mention they're all on different layers too, because you had to like, have the circle appear from like underneath them, some of them as well. So of course you had to snipe them out.
I mean, I should do a better intro than that.
I mean, yes, I'm sure that you can. In fact, a lot of people here could do a better intro. But what I mean is like this is a unique version I haven't actually seen done before. And it's also quite tranquil too. You know, a lot of intros are very upbeat and use like songs that have a lot of have like a bass drop that happens like right after it. And not say those are bad or anything, but we have seen a lot of them. So it's like, oh, okay, this is something different. All right. And now they've gone slightly off theme, but I think these are all for new characters that we didn't see in the donor actually. You don't recognize any of these names, even though they're on screen for only a few seconds. I would have slowed them down a little bit. Catherine! Let's go to that speed.
Like, will I make any new friends?
Okay, so this is an interesting way to go about this as well. Not what I would normally do, but yeah, we have inclusion of custom backgrounds now compared to before in the donor, and we also have we still have the same like gacha screenshot format. This is like an intermediate point for most people in their editing journey, is that as they end up like at this level where they actually like where they're able to they're willing to resize the characters. They go for captions rather than speech bubbles. But usually that's before they include voice actors, which is here we're going the next step. So yeah.
These is
these
rare stream. I these names for one frame and they're gay.
Well, one frame is all you need to be considered gay, I suppose. But this is actually on StreamYard, incidentally, but Restream was the thing I used before. But yeah. I'm sorry to realize that everything I say ends in A, but it's gotten old already.
Katie Black, you never used StreamYard before?
No! This is my first time!
Well, I have years ago. Months ago.
Well, honestly, yeah. But honestly, even over a year ago, because again, you introduced me to it yourself. So
yeah.
I've been using it for over a year.
I'd better go. Don't want to be late on the first day.
One of my first 2025 quotes.
Good morning, Miss April. Your parents have gone to the company already. They told me to leave a message for you.
Okay, this is a change because we didn't get because all we got from the donor in terms of April's interaction with her parents is that they raised her to believe that she was the best. They seem to be very like outwardly supportive and spoil her and therefore be a constant presence in her life. But this is implying that there's the typical rich main character setup of parents who are barely around because of whatever successful thing they do. At least that's the implication anyway.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Is it frozen for you guys?
Oh, I just thought they'd be here today, but...
Oh, never mind.
My camera just reloaded, so I will give it a moment to refresh itself. And close a couple of things. All right. Talking about FNAF earlier in chat, it's a pepperoni pizza.
Ooh,
Fair enough.
pizza.
Yep. Pizza is the pizza bit, in regards to FNAF, so it makes perfect sense. Not necessarily pepperoni, but any in general. Oh wow, really pepperoni pizza too. There you go. There's your in sync moment for this stream, Bon.
That's interesting.
Just came out in a way that you weren't expecting.
We did have pizza at one point at Mad Burger, but they're always meh.
That does make sense. Yeah. I mean, even the burgers in Mad Burger don't actually have meat on them, so they could never do pepperoni, I assume.
No, yeah, it's not really meat. It's tofu.
Tofu pizza doesn't actually sound that bad. I wonder if that exists, actually, tofu pizza. That sounds interesting. Does that count together? We didn't say it together. Well, it counts as an in sync moment, not necessarily like via speech, but via food choice. So that's still in sync, I think. Anyway.
Indeed.
I guess not.
They're very busy, madam. Well, we prepared a nice breakfast for you, in order to provide you with sufficient energy to get through the day.
You don't have to define it like that, because everyone knows the point of breakfast. You could just left the line there, but sure.
Why is she so cheery?
Yeah, well, okay. The maid is like seeming to be cheery. I think the character's meant to be super excitable. It's like, we prepared you a delicious meal to satiate you for the day and face everything that you man in your first day of high school, like that kind of thing. But unfortunately, because of the vocal performance, it kind of makes it seem like it's much more laid back than it was before. Very frequent issue with first voice acted projects that the director hasn't properly directed people just yet. So I'll be looking more closely at the mannerisms of the maid to see if I'm right about that one.
Kai am I black? Don't remember anything from the donation. Oh wait, no, that's the donor, right?
Yeah, from the donor. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I also, while I was processing the audio, I did have time to rewatch the 2 episodes because they're not super long. So I was like, okay, I'll have them on in the background while I'm actually finishing up what I need to finish up. So yeah, they're fresh in my mind for that reason. But yeah, safe to say we've skipped the entirety of episode 1, which the full 2 minutes of it, basically, because I'm guessing it's going to be like a reveal later on. We have flashbacks when maybe Rose or someone might reappear instead of having the first episode be the flashback and nothing else. So yeah, what we did we like it? I think I said that actually it was one of the few examples of a character who actually takes initiative for themselves and isn't just a passive. A passive plaything of fate, like a lot of gacha main characters tend to be, especially for first projects. It had issues. It was the one that you specifically, Bon, pointed out that April's shoes were inconsistent in episode 2 when we got to that point, before the video itself called it out. But yeah, it seems like a journey that was of redemption that was halted, and also had to start because of rumors that came about from many years prior that people would have definitely forgotten about by that stage.
Walking to school on the first day.
See, good of you to establish that you're walking, despite the fact that we can't see your legs, and therefore we don't know if you're actually in the walking pose at all.
They cut
Based on
off.
the arm pose, yeah, based on the arm pose, there is no walking pose with that arm pose, so she is just standing still. So her legs have been cropped out on purpose to make it seem like she's walking, even though she isn't.
Is that why she's crying that she just don't have legs anymore?
Walking to school, but I don't have legs. Yeah, maybe.
Yes, don't have legs anymore.
April.
Hmm.
Well, you knew this would happen. You should have prepared yourself. But
Yeah, that's also another in the donor. At least the father, I think the mother as well, but at least the father drops her off at the high school, and then that's the end of the first episode. And then the second episode is when she's already like in class in her first lesson.
And
Yeah.
it looks like she's not really moving at all because the mailbox is still there.
Yeah, if she was sliding to school, she would at least be gliding a little bit. Yeah, or doing the William Bob from Mean Girls season 2, where it seemed like there was no actual movement up and down until like some time later, but it's like very, very smooth and slow. But no.
I thought it would be different. It never is, though. It never
This
is.
is entirely different. You haven't been to a public school in over 8 years.
What the?
Talking to yourself?
That was the most movement we had there. A transition.
Where did the building came
same scene.
from?
That's a good question, because the mailboxes, and those are both imported props, because it's obviously a live-action background. I said before, I don't mind live-action backgrounds in Gacha, but
I'm
yeah,
not happy with
it does
Gacha
mean that if you have
level
props in them, they stand out a lot more. This is actually something you can do with yeah. This is actually something that you can do with oh, it's just a Gacha Live series, you're right. Yeah, Gacha Live voice acting, which was a very rare thing as well. Before Gacha, because most Gacha voice-acted Gacha stuff started with Gacha Club, with a few exceptions. But yeah, back to what I was saying here. Is that there's something you can do with particularly old animation. So, and by old I mean like really old, like like the beginning of classic Disney and before, where you can actually see that that like when it comes to that stuff, most of the backgrounds are painted, like actually full on painted. But in order to interact with any props, they have to be drawn in a different way. So if there's something that's going to be interacted with in a scene, like say for example as a flower, it's always going to be the one that looks different from the background. With the element of vector images, we've normally like solved that nowadays, and through other means in animation anyway, because you just computers and whatnot. But yeah, this is why these things stand out here in the same way that they would do in the up until like the 50s and 60s.
Also, why is that white character not wearing any socks? I mean, well, shoes. That's what I mean, shoes.
That's a good question. No idea. Once again, shoes are an inconsistent thing with this creator in general, it seems, as is the fountain, which, yeah, because in the mailbox is still there and could have easily been removed, does suggest it just appeared out of nowhere. So you are right on that one. Oh, and also Ghost Kitty apparently also mentioned that too. Yeah.
Oh, I thought she said 6. Like the number.
Yeah. Or Styx, who I assume that you are familiar with.
Oh yeah, she's nice.
Certainly one way of putting it. Welcome back to Joseph the 13th, I think, because I'm pretty sure I've seen your name before. All right.
Huh? Oh, sorry about that. It's kind of a habit.
Well, you're new around here, aren't you?
What
She
makes you
is
say
so
that?
quiet.
Yeah, I'll put the volume up a little bit, but I think that won't help too much because the music is drowning her out. That's voice acting, volume control from the part of the editor, not necessarily saying the voice actor needs to, account for the music because they normally don't have access to the music.
Well, first off, you look extremely
Oh, of course, yeah. Speak up, Sharon. Speak up, yeah.
anxious.
That's right. Only new people are extremely anxious.
And also kind of upset.
Only new people are kind of upset.
Did you just move here or something?
Actually,
Oh.
Oh, you know what? That's a similarity to the mutant girl right there. Because I did say that Morwenna was not new to the city, but she was just new to the school because she transferred. In this case, yeah, we're going to the homeschool situation. But yeah.
Here comes my brother.
Here comes my brother. We better move over, even though he has all this room to continue running, I guess. Just maybe did she lose an eyebrow? One. I'll go back and check, but let's see. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Okay, Harmony has in fact.
That is. Oh no! Did Dr. Eggman shave her eyebrow or something?
Why she have one?
I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's more concerned about his own hair rather than that of others, but you never know.
He keeps claiming he has hair, but he's very, very bald.
I meant more so the mustache hair, but yes, also true. Yeah,
Oh.
Do not shave off his
I think
beard.
his hair on the sides too. Yeah.
Do not shave his mustache.
Hmm. Okay, I appreciate the opening and slightly less open mouths to symbolize, inhaling and exhaling. That's a nice touch.
Harmony! Why didn't you wait for me?
What I would have liked is if he continued to be out of breath as he kept the line going.
You keep on doing this. You know, Mum wants us to walk to school.
Okay, why was that not crossed out?
Was that stuttering?
Yes, it was stuttering, and I'm not sure if that came from the voice. I think it probably did come from the voice actor, but if it did, that means that should have been accounted for when the captions were written out. Because I assume you can still, you can change captions before you post the video if that is the case, and those the other captions are either physically timed to the dialogue or they appear slightly early in order to prepare us for it in this video so far. But yeah, in this one, I don't know why that was kept in. It's the same question I have in regards to some of Treat Pop's captions actually, because because in a few situations it's very clear that you are either trying to remember the lines and you're stuttering over them, or you've said the lines and then you're typing out the captions later of what you meant to say but didn't actually say accurately. I can't tell which one, but it's one of the two.
Yeah.
Together.
Well, it isn't my fault you wake up so late, sleepyhead.
And off she goes. I guess you're not going to wait for him after all. All right, bye.
Oh, hi. I didn't notice you there.
Okay. Normally I'd be like, how on earth did you not see that? However, Harmony was actually blocking April in that shot. So her moving away and then being noticed there actually makes more sense than when it's just a case of oh, wow, you left no impression on me until right now.
Do they have the same eye shape?
Not these two.
Okay.
Yeah.
My name's Jake. Her over there, she's my sister.
Her over there
Harmony.
disappearing in the distance.
Oh, and she's a bit of a pain in the butt.
Another thing I'll say about this, I really like the fact that we have her reacting to this because acting is reacting, so we needed there's some sort of response. However, I think it came in a bit too early. I thought lean in first, and then when he says pain in the butt, that's when she should have reacted. This is something that a lot of people make the mistake of doing, where they have the reaction planned, but they fail to account for the timing of it.
Nice to meet you, Jake. I'm April.
Jake, as in Jacob, as in Sean. That's not, only on this channel do people make that connection. Because in most other situations, people connect that to the Music Freaks. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this was one of the series that got that got a few comments about the name Jake, because apparently that was a huge thing when the Music Freaks was first starting, that any characters named Jake were automatically I guess berated for it. Let me just check that. I just to see like when this is uploaded. February 23rd, 2020. So this came out before the Music Freaks. Let me just do a Control F search for Jake. Oh, okay. There are two mentions of Jake. One of which says, "Jake, can I marry your voice?" And the other one says, "Amazing. The thumbnails while the VA are amazing. Jake sounds like Gareth from Aphmau." So I guess take that for what you will. I guess he does sound a bit like Smooth Gareth. Tiny bit, I guess. Yeah, okay. All right, then.
Is Gareth like...
You for Steam from TMF right now. Go or waiting. It's only Jake the name, not Jacob, that gets the mentions.
Jake, blah blah.
And I was just gonna say,
Okay.
is Smooth Gareth, is he like Knuckles?
Is Smooth Gareth like... not the Knuckles that you're familiar with. Nor any, do I think, actually. I'm just going through the list of them. I don't think so.
Because he's trying to be smooth.
Yeah, no, he doesn't remind.
Yeah. Fair.
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean personality-wise. I was like comparing the voice.
Yeah.
Okay. Personality-wise, I think it's after like I think it's more gruff Gareth that fills that role. Smooth Gareth has like a few moments in season 1, maybe, where he sort of like goes into a few goofy roles, but not to the degree that he would later. So yeah.
I see.
Pretty name.
Thanks. Hold on. You guys look really similar.
Gee, it's almost like they just said they were siblings or something.
Are you twins or something?
Correct. Excellent observation skills.
Excellent observation skills by the fact that we are the same age, which you could have confirmed later on, but okay.
Thanks, I guess.
I told ya.
Look. We're almost to the high school. Amazing how time flies by when you're having a pleasant chat.
You say that, but actually, we are 4 minutes in. That was like the length of two by itself, and we are still setting up, which I do appreciate at least, because it's nice to see that she's actually meeting a few characters before getting to the school. Because if we find out that if the comparison to the donor is true and there are still rumors about her because of the past re-emerging and whatnot, then it's nice to see that somebody is exempt from that. Again, a similar technique that I did in The Mutant Girl, with Morwenna meeting two characters before she even arrived at the school and then becoming her best friends. I don't know. Also, this is the thumbnail, the background, I'm pretty sure.
So, what class are you in, April?
It says that I'm in room 20 with Miss Russo.
Awesome. That means you're in our class. And hey, if you want, maybe we can even be friends.
I'd like that.
Well, you do need some people to show you around.
And Harmony just bailed again, so I guess it must be me.
Except, this is our first year as well.
Okay, thank you for addressing that, because this is one of the things that I didn't understand about the donor. Because in that episode, we actually like saw that the teacher announced, okay, we got a new student in our class today. However, from all the hints, it seemed like it was the start of the year. So I don't really know why April was the only one being called out for being new in that situation. Unless maybe her paperwork took only a few extra days, which of course here it didn't, because the paperwork took 5 seconds. So of course she's here on the first day.
Interesting.
again, the post-production characters kind of have to be put into two separate centers. Just resize them. I don't mind them being put into two separate, like sentences or two separate lines potentially. That doesn't bother me so much. But yeah, they could do with some resizing, in theory.
Well, thanks for the offer either way.
Of course.
What was that about? Why'd she get angry at that?
What?
Why'd she... What just happened there?
Is there a thing called I have questions?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, I can picture Sonic doing that, staring somebody down, backing up a few steps, and then speeding away, but...
I mean, he has so many questions about Dr. Eggman to this point.
Fair enough. I don't think he was that invested. But
Well,
fair
we
enough.
keep being enemies, and we keep also becoming friends, and so it's kind of a weird situation.
Yeah. Well, I believe he once said that in certain situations the bro code trumps the enemy thing. Well, if you see says there's their catchphrase as bro so quick. Okay.
Wait, I say a catfish?
Well, you said someone else's catchphrase, but apparently that still counts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Sonic told me I need a catfish, but I don't know what kind of catfish. I'm not exactly a hero. I'm just his best friend.
Tails is off crying in the corner.
Well, we
now.
talked about this yesterday, about rock pops. Well, you joining the rock pops. Whatever, I can't remember.
Who are you talking to right now?
Huh?
Casey Black.
I mean,
Okay.
Sonic started a band with Knuckles and Tails, but it's not really considered rock per se.
No, a girl named KW wants to join the rock pops.
Okay, why are you bringing that up now of all times? That has no bearing on anything we were talking about.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, there's a bingo again. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
Don't look now. But we're about to enter the classroom.
Oh, I forgot to bring up this comment as well. Harmony's got resting mean girl faces. I can't say the other word. Yeah, actually, that's one thing I was wondering about, because when she appeared, it almost seemed like she was about to bully April with her expression. I'm glad that wasn't the case. Yeah, a lot of the time you actually, I've heard about this. That the first character that you tend to meet in new worlds or in fictional settings is friendly on purpose, so that they can actually ease you into the world. In Gacha, most of the time, the first character you meet is the bully. Now that I think about it.
Huh.
It's nice to see that around.
Look sharp.
And they were like, "Oh, you've broken multiple records?" And I was like, yeah.
I've broken multiple records as well. Longest running Gacha series, first voice actor Gacha Life 2 series. What else have I done? Potentially first there's Gacha Life voice actor series, but that's up in the air because of other stuff. Not really. Yeah. Forgot what else. I think there was one more somewhere, but I forgot completely.
And they started freaking out, which was kind of weird.
What fools.
Well, it's true, isn't it? You should be proud.
Oh, I guess first, Gacha award show. I beat the Gacha Guild Awards by 3 months.
Hey, let's employ the play-ported sinister. Hint, one of they has very... Oh, I can read that. Very subtle. Hey, Shadow. Wait, Shadow. Wait, is he here?
What?
Not today. I've been replaced by whoever the guys in the background.
Dad, Shadow, what are you doing here?
Yeah, get out of here!
Nothing. I've been replaced, but I don't care. I'm not mad at all.
But, mad about what exactly?
Nothing. I said nothing to be mad about. I'm just here. Anyway.
Okay.
It
Maybe we could train sometime later today.
Yeah.
Yes, possibly. After the stream. Yeah. Also, welcome to Gacha Kawaii, who's probably very confused right now because there's a new person. So hi.
Hello.
There's apparently one regular does the violet color character who is Crystal. Fair enough. Yeah, she's got this thing like I think she's got like violet highlights as well, which kind of blends in with her hat. That's an interesting choice there, I suppose. And the bottom of the hair tips too. Yeah, normally I wouldn't pair yellow and violet up in that way, especially not in a character's hair. But I don't know, she kind of weirdly pulls it off.
It works.
Yeah.
Are you alright?
Think about it. I probably have the record for like most multi roles in a single gacha project. Against the Fallen Angels. That's another one.
Crystal?
I would not have picked this music for this particular scene, whereas there's like this is essentially the reunion between Rose and Crystal. We know what their backstory is from the donor, so we know that this is supposed to be a big deal. You know, there's like a moment, like almost like time stands still, almost where they're like everything's coming back to them, but they're registering each other for the first time. They don't know what to think, so they kind of freeze. It doesn't work. Yeah.
Also, why is that guy like smiling as he's walking away? And why does guy look like he have seen too much of everything?
I think I think that guy was what was like the main friend of April's in the donor. Because what I'm remembering now, actually, Harmony and Jake didn't have they've had like barely any role in the donor, so they've been promoted to main friend group, which means that he's been demoted to edgy boy in the background, I guess.
Oh, we'll be right back, guys.
April, you good?
Is Jacob in the video frozen?
Well, it's loading.
So what do we do now?
We'll call for help.
Sonic! Sonic, help! Sonic!
Yeah, help.
Tails! Knuckles! Anyone?
I'll tell you what's got to go fast. My Wi-Fi connection.
You're back.
Yeah. I was saying that it's weird they said that that they would be right back, despite the fact they've only walked a few inches and the boys are still right there. So I don't know.
Isn't that the spoiled brat who emotionally scarred you for life? Well, she might be the same person, but I wouldn't say she emotionally scarred me.
Thank you, because in the donor, that was something that did happen. She did, in fact, emotionally scar her, because like that whole that one argument between children, which I argued again would be a thing they would resolve in a matter of like weeks if they acted like actual children, but you know, if not days. But that's spiraled into holding a grudge to the point of sabotaging. So it seems like here Crystal probably snatched her up as a friend quite quickly after that. That's my theory right now, at least. And Rose is sort of being pulled along in this instance, rather than like leading the charge herself, which I greatly appreciate as a change here. Like, yeah, she wouldn't be emotionally scarred at all. Of course not.
She ripped your toy into shreds! Not to mention, treated you like garbage.
That's a reference to episode 1 where April points out that that when they play like Princess and Monster, that Rose was always the monster. She always made Rose to be the monster. Kind of like, you know, just like establishing like that hierarchy. I compared it to Amir and Hassan from the Kite Runner. Amir being the upper class boy in the middle of like Kabul and whatever year it was, and Hassan being being the child of the family servants. So they never. So Amir never viewed Hassan as a proper friend, but would still play with him because they were roughly the same age and yeah, they got along. So that was basically that. Maybe perhaps a more relevant example to most people here would be Chloe and Sabrina from Miraculous. That would have made more sense to point out, but I didn't think of that at the time. But there you go. Yeah. I mean, even Chloe mentioned that she didn't view Sabrina as a friend, rather as a minion. That was not the case for April. Nor was it the case that she never viewed Rose as a friend. She did in the donor. It's just that, her spoiled nature came to a head one singular time. It destroyed everything. So that was where I kind of like lost a little bit of like, huh? In that one.
If that didn't cause emotional scarring, then I don't even know.
Relax, Crystal. You're definitely overreacting.
Agreed.
Just trying to be supportive.
And failing.
And I thank you for that.
Wanna go back inside?
I don't think I will for now. I need to take a breather.
It does seem like she is still affected in some way.
Even if I've forgiven her, it's still a shock.
Except you haven't actually confirmed it's her yet. You said you were doubting whether or not it was her.
Oh, okay. Suit yourself.
I'm going to go gather more intel.
Oh boy.
I can't believe it. After all these years.
Also a new character who I guess is about to bump into her because, again, no one has any sense of, like, spatial awareness in Gacha. There's so much room either side of them. They can walk on a different plane, but they never do. They just got their eyes closed, walking towards just a metal grate, which, okay.
Ah! Ugh, watch where you're going. Well, I suppose you're used to doing that, since Crystal's always leading you by a leash.
That goes by with my theory here.
Huh. Imagine that.
Interesting way of pointing this out. It's like, it's establishing via bullying that someone has entered two friendships where they're the lower rung, and one of them has gaslit her into thinking that she is different, even though she isn't. Which is a legitimate thing that happens, and a repeated pattern that someone can find themselves in, unless they are aware that that's what's happening to them. So that is a good thing to establish. It's weird that it's done via someone, like, mocking her for it. The message is there, but the mouth it's coming from is a bit confusing.
I'm not in the mood.
Well, if you say so, please.
Like, see, she can push back, but not against people like in her head.
Carry on for moping. As for me, I don't feel.
Where you gays can say lay che lay not
Lay.
but I cannot read that.
Never mind. I think everyone has already read it in their heads by this point anyway. And to answer that question, yes, we can see your chat. It's just, again, like, there was so much Wi-Fi content, and both our Wi-Fi's like came back again. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna dwell on that. I'll let the chat kind of talk it out. That's why I wasn't putting anything on screen.
Being late. Goodbye.
Apart from the Celeste bit, which is,
Yeah, that was me.
I really like that.
Wait.
Yeah, I really like
so
that. Yeah.
You know Rose.
Yes, but we've had some experiences.
And by that you mean a experience, unless there's more added content for this reboot.
Oh, I understand. I won't pry. Don't worry.
Psst. Teacher incoming.
Good morning, students.
Okay, that sounds like Star Butterfly's wand. It seemed like she was like appearing, like via teleportation, but she actually emerged normally.
Welcome to your first year at OHS. I'll be your teacher, Miss Russo. Before we start, how about we get to know one another by introducing yourselves and sharing one interesting fact.
This right here is how to do the scene for episode 2 of the donor properly. Instead of having April be a new character, have everyone be new, but have her still give an excuse as to why she would have to introduce herself, and therefore Rose will make the connection. Boom! Perfect.
Yeah. I'll go first. My name is Miss Russo, and I have 2 dogs named Oreo and Ozzy. Who'd like to go next?
Hello.
Oh wow, I guess time has passed and the teacher got really bored with everyone's introductions. Okay then.
My name is Harmony. I am fluent in 4 different languages.
Well, I hope your VA. I hope your VA is. Otherwise, that's going to be an unfulfilled promise.
English, French, Spanish, and Japanese.
Hey, that's all the languages that we speak in this in the chat or in the VC right now. What a coincidence.
Nice.
Yeah. Being taught this really is TMG. There you go.
What's up, everyone? I'm Jake. And,
Yeah, again, we see the difference between, like, the body pose being like, "What's up, everyone? I'm Jake!" And, like, you have to, like, vary up the voice to sell the joke a bit. You can't just go like, "What's up, everyone? I'm Jake, and, You may sound like Gareth to some people, but that's only going to get you so far.
I can whistle.
Yo.
Yeah. I actually was doing sessions with my students today, asking them what talents they have, and yeah, some of them thought they didn't have any talents. It's like, well, what things do you like to do? So I had a situation where some people just like said random stuff like that.
Mark, I play soccer.
Hi, everybody. I'm Penelope. I participated in a play over the summer.
What was the play? Hold on a second.
Hi everyone, my name's James, and I like to run in my free time.
Also, this is like this is very fitting that we're actually getting mostly the new characters introduced themselves, like the ones that we didn't see in the donor. Then again, I'm not sure how many people watch this episode that also watch the donor. Just because the donor had like I'm pretty sure had like, between like 3 and like, 200 views on average, like between the like rounded up a little bit. So, and this one, and this video has 20,000. Yeah, most people who watch this didn't watch the donor. So they in theory could have done with a bit more from the other characters, but maybe we're saving them because they're more important.
Apparently he likes to run like Sonic.
I suppose, yeah.
My name is Charles. I have black belts in karate, jiu-jitsu, and martial arts.
Oh wow, karate, jiu-jitsu, and martial arts. Hi, I'm Jacob. I speak English, Spanish, and languages. That's the people saying that.
I Katie Black, and I have no talents.
Sometimes then I
this
speak
again.
English.
Well, technically, I can sing and no self-defense.
Wait, you can
Well,
sing?
there you go.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, demonstrate, please.
Wait, okay, hold on, give me a second. Okay. Okay, here we go. I don't care what you're thinking as you turn to me. 'Cause what I have in my 2 hands is enough to set me free. I can find the feeling to resist it over time. But when it's just too much to take, you sneak up from behind. Is it me you say you're looking for? Let me show you who I am and what I'm here for. Yeah! Try to reach inside of me. Try to drain my energy. Let me show you just what I'm made of. Simple curiosity tries to take a bite of me. Let me show you just what I'm made of now.
I haven't heard this one actually.
Woo!
That was a new one. I've never heard that one.
Thank you. I probably messed up here or there, but I did my best for a surprise singing concert.
I can't confirm whether or not you did mess up because I don't know the song, so we'll move on from there.
You want a concert?
I'm April. This is my first year in public school, as I was homeschooled for all my life.
Hey people, I'm Crystal, and
I'm recording from an echo chamber.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Do I need to do this?
thank you for sharing, everybody. How?
Oh, that's it. Okay. Does Crystal not get a fact? I want to know about Crystal. What's Crystal's deal apart from, you know, being the main bully or something, whatever.
This is what Sharon's now.
Sounds like we're missing a student.
Sorry I'm late.
Sure, whatever.
Okay, so she stayed away for a long time, actually. Like, sure, give yourself some air, but don't do it before the class starts. Or, like, and then don't do it during the class starts. I mean, do it before the class starts. That's what I meant to say.
Go up and introduce.
Hey, people, I'm Chris. I'm recording from BB Storm!
What?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
No!
Hey, people, I'm Crystal, and this is what it sounds like when I record far away from the microphone. There's too much echo in this space.
Oh, jeez, you remind me that. Nope. I don't want to remember that.
All right, I don't know what I did there.
Long story
Yeah.
short, basically Sonic went to record a song, and he thought it might be a good idea to sing while running. And
Oh.
yeah, you can see what might have happened.
I can see the drawbacks of that as well as the advantages.
Yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Rose. I hope we can all have a great year together, and no matter what, stay positive.
Very,
Well, there you go. I guess she has a catchphrase too. Good to know.
very sentimental. Now,
Feeling sentimental.
oh, go sit down.
Sheesh, what a nice person.
That's your friend right there.
What is going on in that background?
I don't know. I do like the transitions though. And also this background is quite a good one to use for, you know, like repeated things. Like I said before, you know, in Rare, they actually like constructed a background from scratch in order to like show like multiple angles. But yeah, actually having this one here, which is mostly plain, so you can argue it would look like anything as long as you put like in different aspects. Yeah, actually, that tracks as an idea. Yeah, shocked I never thought that myself. How to eat munchy crunchies in 5 easy steps. I guess that's the lesson. I do like the fact that that we still see Cap'n Crunch in the background, but also Munchy Crunch has been like edited. Okay, sure. All right then. Rose's catchphrase sounds like my old outro. A little bit actually, except it's less convoluted and has far less components to it.
Anyway, thanks for a wonderful first day, students. See you all tomorrow. Just kidding. I hope the school burns down.
Okay. I've seen that too many times. Miss Fantasia Gacha kind of ruined that joke for me, unfortunately. It's like, oh yeah, of course, you know, someone says something out of left field in that case, because they're saying their intrusive thoughts. Yeah.
Would you like to walk home with us, April?
Yeah. We're going in the same direction anyways.
I mean, how do they know that if you don't? I mean, you could be parting ways if because you don't know where she lives. I'm assuming that the joke is that she's like, oh no, sorry, I'm getting picked up, and then they notice the limo there, and they're like, whoa, she's rich, and that's gonna be the setup. But I have no idea. Let's see.
Of course. Oh.
Who is that limousine for?
That limo scene. That limo scene. Yeah. You tried. And Katie, I know that you can't tell that spelled wrong, Katie, but it is. Trust me.
It looks fine to me.
And that's how you know it's incorrect. All right.
Me. I didn't think my father would send it over like this, though.
I mean, okay. My question now is, if you could send a limousine over whenever he wants to take you places, why did you have to walk to school earlier?
What about that, April? Can we please have a ride in your limo?
What a rude and extremely random question, Jake.
It's not necessarily random. It is a little bit blunt in this case. I'll give you that. But I don't know.
But yes. Could we?
You guys really want to? You don't find it weird that my family owns a limo?
Now it turns out they're rich too. Imagine.
Not at all.
Okay then. I'll give you guys a ride home.
Guess we won't find out.
Look at her. Riding home in her fancy limo.
But Crystal, we don't have any reason to hate her.
I might not, but you do.
Again, establishing that, we're really going for that excuse. Like, clearly, she has, like, a lot of resentment for spoiled brats anyway, for some reason, which, again, I would really like to know about her life. A little bit of introduction would have been nice here to kind of hint at that. But, yeah, like, she is going about it in the way that makes the most sense for her.
Whatever, though. You do you.
As for him...
This is gonna be a breeze.
What? I didn't hear that. What was that?
He said this is going to be a breeze, with no captions, weirdly, in comparison to everything else.
Oh.
Presented by WizGamingXD with no... I assume there was copyrighted music here that got removed, because I didn't press anything. Oh, and now we get the actual credit. Oh, yeah, Blazing Fart. What a great credit.
What?
Okay, this I can understand, actually. Because... Yeah, with voice-acted projects, normally you just have the character as person as character, or you just have the character names. Like me in this instance, I like to just put the voice actor names rather than the character names in my credits. That's actually mainly because back in the day, since there weren't other voice actor credits to use, I was like, oh well, I'll make that the change, so it's not just introducing the characters because no one can actually say the actors' credits like it would be a normal situation. But yeah, I like the idea of doing both, actually. Oh, that glitched several times. Just looped the animation back. Yeah, okay. Here's one thing I'll say. If you're going to use stock footage, stretch it out, like in the timeline. Don't just repeat it, because it won't loop correctly.
That's a me problem. I repeat stuff.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Now you know the solution. You can do a thing called time stretch in most editing softwares, if you know what to press. So that will just make the thing play slower, and therefore will be on screen for longer. This is the beginning of the ending. Well, this is the ending. You saw the beginning earlier. The beginning was the intro that I said was actually that pretty decently new. I mean, yeah, sure, we could potentially do something better, as Tamsin pointed out, but I mean, none of us thought to do so. Art, there we go. Oh, Rose Stars. I wonder if that was the inspiration for Rose, the character. And that was the logo, I assume.
Yep.
Which I will say, since Ghost is not here, probably would have changed the color of the text maybe to match a little bit more. I know that's like April's main color, but I mean, either that will change the color of the coin, because the two of them clash a little bit, for me at least. I could be off base here. I'm not, but we'll have to see what Ghosty thinks if she's around for any of the others. Just as the video ended. You're finishing your food, and now I'm about to go and start mine. But first, final thoughts. Don't fix that logo right up. This show is over. I don't think that's necessary anymore, but yeah. She would, in theory, if I did. Which incidentally, people don't notice it, but she's actually fixed up the new Mystic Hills logo, and seems that Mania really likes it. Whether or not she'll actually use it, I'm not sure what the two of them talked about. Because it was just a case of like, oh, hey, this is a fun thing that I did. I'm not sure if that will end up changing or not, but we shall see. Might be pleasantly surprised when the next Mystic Hills episode drops. Anyway, back to final thoughts. So yeah, like I'm very happy with this one. Like like everything that I mentioned in the donor that needed to be addressed was addressed here. It did leave like a couple of things in the middle where I'm like, okay, well, now that you've introduced like this thing, this is how I'd have done this situation. But again, they were mostly minor details, like introduce the characters to different orders, or potentially like have some more about them rather than just what you had there. I'm also I guess my eternal grudge with lessons not being actual lessons in Gacha persists, but at least we didn't skip them this time. That's what I tend to resent even more in certain situations. I'm looking forward to the PE lesson, because if they're adapting the donor still, then the walking the mile is still going to be a thing. I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, the voice acting, some of them, you know, as far as mic quality goes, you can't really do too much about that. But you know, it's fun to make jokes about in hindsight. But yeah, some of them probably could have been directed a bit more, because it seemed like there was a very clear vision in terms of what emotions the characters would have in those situations, and thus would make the lines make a bit more sense. The maid being the prime example, but also to some degree, Jake is also an outlier in that department. You know, despite how swoon-worthy his voice may be, you know, the thing
I mean,
about
he sounds British
swoon-worthy voice is that you know,
or
you've
Australian.
got to know how to apply it in the best situations. Otherwise, it loses all impact. Let me tell you. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, but other than that, you know, that like again, we haven't lost the essence. We haven't got to the point where April it's clear that she's on a redemption path, or she's attempting to, because we didn't properly get into the backstory just yet. That's the one part I think the donor probably did better than this version. But we actually do establish that April is a genuinely nice person, you know, despite what her affluence may imply to the general people, you know, Crystal especially. And also that Rose has more nuance to her now, rather than just being, you know, just radicalizing herself in the opposite direction in this case. No, she's actually being manipulated very subtly. In a repeated pattern that somebody has identified and taken full advantage of. And that's something that, you know, we've seen manipulation explored in Gacha before, but not really to that degree, and honestly, not really that well most of the time. The closest that we've come to, I think, really is some people might interpret like certain scenes in the Music Freaks. Even the Music Freaks, Jake's pull between his two different friends, groups in that sense, is mainly based on like the fact that like both of them have reason to hate each other, but Jake doesn't, so he's stuck in the middle. And that's why they actively, both groups, chastise him for hanging out with the other for legitimate reasons again. Except for like, you know, that famous like scene in episode 9 where he like has his full breakdown because that's he's being like coaxed into that. But that's like one event. This is like a consistent repeated pattern that's been implied over the years. So I like this one a lot more, actually. So yeah. Well, so yeah, we're off to a fantastic start with this one. And you know, I hope it continues to get better. And as an adaptation, stellar as well. We've got episode 2 to look forward to with potential for Madonna. But then also what was hinted at, what was planned for the donor that never got to be. Or maybe the story goes in a whole different direction. Either way, there's a bit more mystery now. It's like what's actually going to go on. How will April get out of this? And you know, what will Rose's role be overall in this thing? So again, legitimate great questions to have. And yeah, I'm excited for this.
Right.
The donuts, character designs, nice in cons, some character need resizing. Some voices some echoey, a bit too quiet. Yes, I'm a hypocrite. Well, you've learned from that since then.
Yeah.
Since then, you know, I've compared this to Mutant Girl in some aspects. A negative aspect would be the audio quality of the voice actors, which I've accounted for since then. Yeah. Oh, because you're very soft-spoken. Okay, I see. Yeah. All right, fair enough. Well, again, being soft-spoken in the right instances can work for certain characters. I don't think we've seen any characters in this series that it works for just yet. But we'll see. We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
What about the 2 chatty minisodes that counted for episode 2? Am I skipping those? I have the playlist pulled up in one of the infinite tabs I have. And yeah, if they count before episode 2, then those will be the next ones that I address. I think will probably be the best, unless. Let me just have a look at the playlist again. Never mind, I had the episode pulled up and not the actual playlist. Because some of them in here, there's like the playlist actually just features like some like voice claims from the donor as well. It also some Yeah. Also the actual like auditions that were like announced back in the day as well. So, and also recreating them. So like anything to do with charity really came up in this, not just the episodes themselves. Oh, and the Don't episodes 1 and 2 are in here as well. Which I guess ultimately means that we only have 3 episodes of charity. I mean, to be honest, the series doesn't need to be that long in order to like get its emphasis, but I wish it were longer now because I'm really invested. So yeah. Okay, next time 4 minutes 23 and 41 seconds. Is it worth making a separate video for the mini-sodes for I think so, because if they equal 5 minutes, I can make something out of that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that will be what we do next time. So, yeah. For right now, of course, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters, and subscribe if you haven't done this already. And on that, check out that video game narration that Chuckles did on KW's channel if you can find it. It's in one of the Sonic Shadow Generations episodes. And yeah, that's where to find it. Yeah. I knew you'd start promoting me. Yeah. But yeah, on that note, until next time, farewell.
Bye!